A piece of Austin's prehistoric history is back home in Texas for a visit. A woolly mammoth tooth found more than a century ago is now on display at the Austin Library. Megan Zimpel reports.
A woolly mammoth tooth discovered in Austin more than 100 years ago, coming home for a visit.
It's pretty wild to think of a big mammoth losing a tooth, as it's developing and dropping and then being covered up. And in this case, it was found in the sand pit.
It was found just east of the Mower County Fairgrounds in 1916 when work crews were moving thousands of pounds of sand for construction projects. It's been at the Bell Museum in the Twin Cities for the last few decades, but now, through a partnership, the museum is lending it to the Austin Public Library for the community to see.
At that time in 1960, I think there was about 20 other counties in Minnesota that had found mammoth, fossils, and so it was just pretty neat to, in that research, coming across a photo, because I didn't know this existed at the Bell Museum. I hadn't been there before. But that, hey, it's from Austin, and the Galloway family that lived here, they had donated it after moving to California with it, and then however it made its way back to Minnesota and back to Austin.
The library setting up a display to educate people about these magnificent beasts that roamed the earth 10,000 years ago in several parts of Minnesota.
And then eventually, as they age out, they don't have the teeth, so they end up in watery marsh areas to chew that wet marsh because they can't really chew that harsh vegetation that they were doing before.
The tooth is part of the library's monster-themed programming that's been going on all summer and will continue through the fall.
Super cool there. That was Megan Zimpel reporting. The partial tooth weighs 9 pounds. However, a full one weighs about 25 pounds. The tooth will be on display through December.